So today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to customize a beanie with embroidery. The first 2 ways being you just embroider it directly to the beanie. And then the third way is you actually just make a patch and then peel it off and stick it on and sew it. And that way you have yourself a nice custom beanie. So cool. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. So if we go back about 2 years ago, I got this concussion, and because of the concussion I had to stay off screens. I learned how to knit, and if we skip ahead in this video, I knit this beanie, and also I knit these van slippers. I still haven't made. I'm gonna make them, but for right now I just have to relearn how to knit a beanie because I forgot. So here we go. We're gonna get a little towel and wrap it around your finger 3 times. Take that middle wrap, put it over the top, take the middle wrap again over the top one, and then one last time and pull it off your finger. And voila, you have a slip knot. Put your needle through the slip knot, hold that tail and the working yarn with your fingers in between, and wrap it around your thumb and poke your needle through the little hole in your thumb and pull it out. And I'm going to show you this again. Alright, I'm going kind of quick because most of this is just to reteach me how to do it, but also, my string was too short there, and I couldn't have any more, and I realized I was only going to do like a fourth of a beanie, so I had to start over, and this time we're going to use a tail that's like 4 times 5 times that length, and then restart over, do the slip knot, and then make a bunch of those little cast-ons, I think that's what they're called. Cut off the excess tail, and then come back and do this is a knit stitch, I think, where you go through the front and go over, then pull through a knit stitch, pull that off, another knit stitch, go through the front, and then go over and pull it through, and then we're going to do a purl stitch where you come from the back side, same thing, put that over and pull that through, and then just do knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl until you have that. But it was taking forever, and I realized I wasn't gonna have enough time to do a full beanie, so we're going to start again and try to do just like a tiny beanie for my kitty cat. And so once I got it back to where I was, I flipped around and then just did the knit, purl, and we got something like this where it starts like making these little ribs. But on this right side, it just was not working out. So I'm like, we're not even gonna deal with this, because I have like a bunch of blank beanies that I'm gonna put in my shop. So we're just gonna use one of those. Cool. I'm gonna have to reteach myself how to knit in a future video. So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna loosen that hoop and put the small one inside of the beanie. And here I have some stabilizer, and I'm going to cut it to size so I can put it on top of the little hoop inside the beanie, and I was struggling at doing this, and then I realized probably the best way to do that would actually be to just take the stabilizer and put that in first, and then put that little hoop in there. Perfect. And then with that, you can put the big hoop on top, loosen it up, and smoosh it on. Make sure it's nice and taut, make sure that it's not wrinkly on the inside. We're good. You don't want to pull it too tight and warp how the beanie looks. So it looks like that, you're good. Next, the floss. I like floss that looks the same. I got a marker that will wash off with water. And these are my favorite needles for embroidery because they're not very pointy, but they have a nice big open thing for the floss. So first thing I'm going to do is actually split this floss. I like working with in half. And it ends up being like 6 strands because I'll thread it through and then pull it into the middle. Then take it all the way to the end and then tie a knot. So really I'm still working with all 6 strands. Womp. But yeah, cut off the excess there. Hold that in left hand, hold my needle in the right hand, pull it, and work. We're good to go. Good to start. So I always start from the back. Whoa, I just spoke there. You always start from the back and put the needle up top, pull it, and make sure you pull all the way tight. And I like to put my finger on that knot when I go do the second knot. That way it doesn't like get loosened. Pull tight. And realize that's going to be super hard to explain what I'm doing with this floss being the same color, so I'm like, we're just going to start over with some new floss, some red floss. So again, come up, make a knot, and we're going to do a chain stitch here. So I come like 1/8 of an inch away from that first knot or stitch, and then go through that stitch, pull it. I'm going to go back down through the up stitch. Cool. So again, like 1/8 inch away up, go back through those 2 stitches, and then go back down through the stitch that I did coming up. You go down, whomp, so 1/8 inch away through the 2, down the same one I went, and just keep on doing that. Oh, also I'm gonna clamp it here. This isn't really necessary. It just makes it easy to film, and it looks all nice and steady. Oh, but once you're done, or you have like 2 inches of string left, you're gonna pull it back through, cut it off, maybe like 3 or 4 inches, then split it, and then like to tie a little square knot, left over right, right over left, and pull it tight, and then you can either cut off the excess or just keep on going. So from there, we just keep on going like normal until you have a cute little word, schmood. So with that, you can flip it over, and I sewed through the stabilizer there, so we're gonna have to free that out. So I cut right through to free my hoop. With that, I'm just gonna trim off all of the stabilizers. Some stabilizers is tear away. This is kind of a mix between tear and cut away, but yeah, looks pretty good. So for the second one, you can either like print off an image or use an image that you drew. I like the little smiley face, so we're gonna go with that. So first thing you do is take your image and make sure it's the size you want. Then we're gonna use some transfer paper to put it onto some stabilizer. So flip the image over, tape the transfer paper on the back, put the stabilizer or whatever you're gonna, stabilizer on the back, flip it, and then you're just gonna trace it, and that's gonna put the transfer paper or the transferred image onto your stabilizer. So then we're gonna make sure it's in the space that we want it. Put the hoop on, make sure there's no wrinkles or anything. We're good, and now we're good to go. So generally I do like a big satin stitch like that, but when you're working with like a loose material like a beanie, it's kind of hard to do big stitches. So we're actually just gonna do a lot of small stitches. And I split the floss into like 1 strand, and I was gonna slowly start like adding more strands to it, so it starts getting from thin to thicker. And this is just like a long short stitch or a brick stitch, and voila, pull it off. And then, like I said, the stabilizer is like kind of tear away. So I teared it away the best I could and trimmed it up. I even tried to get rid of that white as much as possible with a flame. Didn't really work. If you wanted to, you could make a little border stitch around this to hide it. But I was actually kind of pumped with how it looked. So before I show you that last stitch, pass me on something to say.
So, super huge thank you to today's sponsor, Squarespace. Once again, talking about Squarespace because I love them. If you don't know what Squarespace is, it is your one-stop shop for all things website. So whether you're trying to make an online store, your local business, you want a portfolio, a blog, a restaurant, you have a service to provide, or you want a personal CV, or you just want something, Squarespace has all the tools you need to make that idea into a reality. And one of my favorite things about Squarespace is they're constantly renovating their site, making new tools, making things so everything's going to be up to date and to make your business or whatever it is stand out. So one of my favorite things that they've recently added is the member areas. Which for me, it's kind of like I have a website where everyone can see everything, and then I have like the secret website that only members get. Or my favorite thing that I've done is I actually have a secret shop where everything on that shop is for free. So I mean, you pay a monthly subscription and then you get a bunch of merch for free, which I'm adding those beanies I just made in the shop. So if you guys want to pick that up, you can actually go get them for free by signing up. So really the possibilities are endless, and that's my favorite thing with Squarespace. So if I have an idea, Squarespace will have a tool or some way to make that a possibility. So whatever it is you do, make that online presence strong with Squarespace. You can actually go into the link in my description and start building that out for free today. And then remember the coupon code SHMOOD and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Turn those ideas into a reality. It's cool.
So first thing we're gonna do is take some fabric and we're gonna transfer an image onto it. So I took the transfer paper, put it face down, put my, and I taped it down so it wouldn't move, and then I put my image and I just put it right on top and traced it on top. Well, looks pretty good. Tear it off, make sure it looks good. We're looking good. So we're going to then put that on top of a stabilizer and then put a hoop on that, and then we're good to go. And so because like this is gonna be a patch, I'm not scared to do like satin stitches and long ones, because it's gonna like, the patch itself is gonna hold it pretty like stable along with the stabilizer behind it. And yeah, it's not actually gonna be like moving with the beanie as much as it would be if it was like stitched directly onto the beanie. So anyways, so did that, added in some of the details and cut it out. Hey, you cut that out. Those scissors are the worst. Woof, I need new scissors. So with that, I just tear away the backing the best I can again, cut it off as much, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some glue to the back. And this is gonna do two things. It's gonna hold my stitches in, and then also when I do cut out the border, it's gonna make it so it doesn't fray. So I'm putting it there and let it dry. Once it was all dry, I started cutting it out. And the cleaner, or like the better you can make this border cut, the better your border is going to look. So I tried really hard to make it as perfect as possible, about 1/8 of an inch wide all the way around. Then you're going to come with your stitch from the bottom, pull it up, and then again from the bottom just a little bit to the next side of it. And just keep on doing that over and over and over again until you have yourself a little border. And voila. So then finish it. You just come from the back, put it through a stitch, cut off the excess, and then we're going to add some sticky peel and stick. Some people like iron-on stuff. I like this peel and stick stuff because it works really well, and I haven't had a lot of success with iron-on. I have more success with this. But yeah, just peel off the one side, stick it on, cut it off right to the border, right to the edge, and then you can peel off the second layer. Sure, the second layer. Oh, not yet. Get your beanie first, and then pull off that second layer, and then you can just put it right on. I've actually had a beanie with a peel and stick patch on for about a year now. As long as you don't wash it, you're fine. If you're gonna wash it, you're gonna want to stitch it on there. So last thing I did is I have these little foldable tags, and I'm just gonna put them on the cuff there. That way, when you fold it, it looks like that. Fold it up, it looks like that. And that's how I like them. I like them nice and sailor cuffed. And there you go. There's like 3 different ways for you to put a patch or customize a beanie with embroidery. That turned out pretty rad. And then I actually have those 3 beanies that I'm going to be putting on my secret shop for you schmooty pies who sign up for that members only thing on my website. And I'll be putting those on in the next couple days. So if you want to get one of those for free, you can just join my cute little schmooty pie thing.
Alright, so be sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. And yeah.
If you want to be a schmooty pie and get your name on my video here at the end, just go to my website.